All right, so this is FlipComp. Once you're logged in, this is just your general way to try and look at pricing of properties. So, for example, let's say the house in Salt Lake is 7 South, 1175 East, Salt Lake City, Utah 4124. Boom. So this will pull it up. It'll pull um, what the estimated like ARV is if you were to repair it, an e-appraisal, and then a Zestimate provided by Zillow, and then it shows you all the details on the record of the property. So basically, what you can do with this information is it'll show you also average days on market in the area, what's going on. It'll break down the data as far as the houses and comps that are in the area. So like here's the main subject property. Here's ones that are around it for that are active listings and or have sold recently. And that's really what I'm using this for, is to determine what the comparable value for the property would be. So for example, this house subject property, we purchased it for 195, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,600 square feet, 0.21 acreage, built in 1951. Average square foot price is $1.30 or $137. So if then you come over here and you look, say, okay, these are the numbers in July, August 2018. So this is fairly fresh data based on the properties that have sold within the last little bit that would compare. So if you take that property and you compare it against these other properties, it'll give you an idea as to what you can actually get for the purchase price now for the property. So if I were to go and sell this house now, or even buy this house now, you can determine what a decent price would be. So based on comparables right now, everything in that area goes from pretty much. So this is probably an older house. This could have been a flip or a fixer upper. So 236, right in that range. And then you've got 306, 308, 325, 350, 390. So really all the way up to 450. So what I'm going to do to take an average is I'll take a look and see, okay, well, what's this one? This one's listed and it's sold for 399, so 400,000. So based on that being said, that house is the 1161. So that's this one right here. So it looks like it actually sold for 395. So that is a 3 bed, 2.5 bath. It's a 1,700 square foot home. 0.28 acres for the lot size, and built in 1951, $223 a square foot. So that's our very, very close comparable, right? Because it's right next to it. So I can even click on this and look at the pictures to see what I should go here, maybe. We'll come down here. So we want to look at pictures. So if I go through here and look at these pictures, I can see, okay, well, what's been updated? It looks like it's clean. Kitchen's been redone. So this is a pretty comparable house then to ours, right? And it sold for 400. So realistically, ours could be right in that same range for 400, 395 to 400, based on square footage, price, and everything else. This is right down the street. So yeah, so that kind of gives you an idea as far as running your comparative for the exact property. That's really the only function you need to know in here. Everything else, this is just set up on my account. So really, this is only for looking at properties and evaluating comps to analyze them and look at some of the other details. So some of the other cool things you can do is it'll tell you about the deal, and this is a quick analysis that you can run. So you have the after repair value. We think it'll be purchase price, estimated hold time, repair costs. You can run just quick numbers, and it'll show you what your basic cost for purchasing the property is going to be. If you're financing, it'll show you the loan amount financed. If you're doing like hard money for a flip or something, it'll show you that. But it also shows you the public record information. So whatever the owner's name is, and it'll show you the past history of the transfer, of who had the property and what the history of it is. So that's kind of cool. Gives you a lot of data there. So that's really the basic view for this to be able to roll through. Then it looks like they've changed some of these different things. Oh yeah, so this is really cool. So you can click Save to RealFlow, and it'll bring you over here to FlipComp, which I don't know if this will work because you'll have your own actual account here on the FlipComp, but it looks like you might be able to save over here into FlipComp or into Renatus iOS. So that is a quick run through on what FlipComp looks like. That's basically the information that you need to be aware of and need to know. Everything else in here is kind of irrelevant for what you're trying to use it for. So, don't necessarily worry about it, but this gives you an idea as to how to run your comps and what to look for as far as evaluating a property.